All right. Welcome back to What She Says Sports. Hey, everybody. All right. So it is the weekend and we are hanging out. And today I wanted to talk about the Colorado Buffs. Meanwhile, back in Boulder is what I call the series. I put together a video. We're going to play Name That Buff. So if you want to hang out with us with the Colorado Buffaloes, feel free to join us. Let me see if I can get this video loaded and we can get going. Now, if you already know that the Buffs are now getting ready for what they call fall camp, summer is technically over for them with the strength and conditioning. It looks like they're getting ready to go into their regimen for getting ready, right? Kind of like the NFL is, going into training camp mode. It looks like the Buffs are doing something similar. Um, so that's what we're going to talk about today on the Colorado Buffs and getting ready for that. All right, let's see. Let's see. Oh, that's a different video. Okay, so this is what happens when you think you know what you're doing. Give me a minute. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me turn on some music. This the weekend. We can have a little bit of a vibe here. Uh, be a little bit different. If you hang out with us all the time, you probably recognize this. Let me know if y'all can hear me and see me. All right. One of the things that I noticed on Colorado, in particular the Juju, it looks like he might reunite at Colorado with one of his teammates from high school. So one of his teammates from high school got an offer from CU, and Juju posted it. I was like, okay, that's kind of cool, and I feel like the teams ask these players. I think they ask them, for recommendations sometimes, and it seems like Juju might get one of his guys in. Now he was offered. I don't know what he does, but he hasn't accepted. But he was offered. He made the announcement. Juju posted it, and basically, said that he likes the idea of it. So Juju might have a friend up there at CU pretty soon, which is good because he's young. He's very, very young. Oh, I see my error here. I see the error of my ways. I keep trying to download my file as a PDF, and it is a video file. I wear a lot of hats, so give me a second. Let me get it. Oh, here it is. Okay. All right. So while we wait on that, because I have to wait for my file to load, and it might take a minute. I already told y'all about Colorado. I don't know if I told y'all, but I didn't know the Colorado tennis team taught Coach Prime or gave him some tennis lessons, and then he got the tennis buzz and built a tennis court at his house, and now Coach Prime has tennis rackets. Well, not his tennis racket. He has, I guess, an endorsement. I checked online; they are for sale by Wilson. I shared this in the members only live stream, but since we have to wait, I'm gonna share it with us. Hopefully, I can share it. I went online. If you go and you Google Wilson Tennis Rackets Prime, they have a Prime, like a Coach Prime series tennis rackets. And yeah, they say, well, that's another endorsement. And I told y'all when he was meeting with his business partner, I told y'all, I said, it's a business deal coming. And I think that was the business deal. And the rackets are online. I don't know if they're in the store. So if you play tennis, if I can find it, if you play tennis, then I highly suggest you try to get one of those. I would like to get my hands on at least one. I don't play tennis, but I thought it might be a good giveaway, right? Because it's pretty much time for, I'm thinking of things to do to kind of like appreciate supporters. So I thought it might be cute to get a pair of tennis rackets and give them away. But you got to send me a picture. Y'all know my email address, whatshesaid404@gmail.com. You have to send me a picture of you playing tennis. And then if I get a few, I'm going to put them in a drawing, and then we'll draw one live. And I'm going to mail them to you. That's just a good way. That's just a good way to do it. But you got to play tennis, or at least send me a picture of you playing tennis. Because the goal is I want you to use them. Okay, it looks like my file is just about ready. All right. think it might be ready. Let me see. So don't forget, just put together a photo of yourself playing tennis, or at least look like you're gonna play tennis, and email it to me, please. Thank you so much. Thank you. And is my file ready? Here it is. Yay! All right, so here it is. Okay, it has audio. Let's see if we can hear it. If not, I'm just gonna mute it and we're gonna talk over it.
Knowing that I can mess up and he's still gonna trust me to do my job. He even told my parents, especially my dad, that whenever, considering the distance that they live in Georgia, here in Colorado, I still remember he told both of my parents that whenever they're not there, that he'll be here for me, whenever
you see,
with whatever I need.
Name the buff. So when you watch the video, I want you to start kind of taking a look at the players. Drop the name of the player that you recognize in the comments. We do this. Why? So we can get to know the players. And today, I think I saw the defensive unit. Of course, I saw the offense. I saw some wide receivers, but there's people that we don't typically see in this video. So I think y'all might know who some of them are. So I'm just gonna let the video play. We're gonna talk about some things and name that buff. Drop the name of the buff in the comments.
So, we hit just being able to see him as a parental figure is definitely amazing.
We're not lying when we tell you these gym shorts are only 10.
Gotta grind it out. So was that time?
If today were 6 weeks from now, it would be Colorado playing Georgia Tech. I do believe that QB1. I do believe that he's still QB1. I don't really think it's a competition. I don't really hear anybody talking about it. People are starting to, I guess, highlight different units. A lot of, one group is highlighting the defensive players. I was looking to kind of see if we could get a prediction on what people are saying our defense would be ranked. So I know that last year, like when Coach Prime first got there, it was ranked like 131. Then it kind of went down a little bit in 23. Then 24, but we ended up being ranked 50. So we went from 131 to 50, right? So I was just kind of wondering if anybody have an idea, if you've been paying attention. What do you think the defense will be ranked? Do you have a prediction? Do you think we're going to make it to like the 20s? Do you think we're going to still hover around the 50s, right? Because why? We added a lot of new players on defense, right? We got some freshmen from, what's it, IMG Academy? Do y'all remember the guys that committed on Shannon Sharp's show? 2 of them, I think, came in as freshmen. One player I thought flipped from another university and came to us. So we got some players. So if you know, let me know. If you're just joining us, we're playing Name That Buff, top left corner. Name that buff. Let me know who you see. And we just, talking about where they are. Have you heard anything? What you're hearing? I know they get ready to start fall camp. Now, there's one guy in this video. He said this is his last college practice. And then I heard somebody say something that basically broke my heart. I was like, oh, no. Omarion Miller said on camera, this is my last fall camp, my last summer work. He's not going to be there next year. This is his last year. I was like, oh my God. I remember when he came in. I remember when he did his first interview when Coach Prime was working with them to be media trained. He had, the pregame show, working with them, on their media and whatnot. I remember that. That's how fast time goes by. What does that mean? That means that this season, we are going to blink and we're going to be at the first bye week. I don't even know when it is. I thought we have 2, I think. We're going to be at the first bye week and he going to be gone. So I didn't understand. And there was another guy, when the video started, he said the same thing. He said, this is my last summer work. So today is a last for quite a few people. But Omarion is the one. Mata's going to be gone from Jackson State, Colorado. He going to be gone. Omarion. when I heard Omarion say that, I was like, oh no. I like we get used to seeing them every day. And I know, Shador, Travis, Jimmy, they all gone. But Omarion started at CU and now he's leaving. That means he's been there 3 years. I'm assuming he's declaring for the draft. And that's it. So they started talking to each other and asking them, how long you think you're going to be in college? And one guy said, I'm not going to be in college for 5 years. Because, see, they used to stay 5 and 6 years. Caden was 5 years. Dylan Gabriel, 6 years. I didn't even know people did 6 years, to be honest. I didn't. And I don't know if it has anything to do with that COVID year. Maybe it does. If you know, let me know. But like this guy right here in the middle, you should know who that is now. I guess I'm just a little floored at Omarion not gonna be there no more. He's not gonna be there. So it's just kind of sad. It's just kind of sad to me that he gonna go. I feel like one of my kids is leaving. I'm like, Lord, because we watched it. I don't think we understand. A lot of programs don't have this kind of access. They don't even get to know the players outside the players that the university talks about, or the media, not even the university, but the media during the games. You hear this person's name, that person's name. That it's kind of like maybe 4 people, maybe the quarterback, one of either the defensive back or the wide receiver, or maybe a tight end, or maybe an offensive lineman, maybe a edge rusher, but defensive tackle maybe, but that's it. But because of Bucky, right? Well off media, we see these guys almost every day. We have been a whole off season back into now getting ready back for the summer. Omarion is gonna be gone. Mata's gonna be gone. Who else came in? Tim is gonna still be there, right? I think Tim is gonna still be there. DJ McKinney is going to be gone. I'm assuming Caleb Mathis is gonna still be there. I'm trying to think who's still gonna be there. That came. I'm trying to think who came in with Coach Prime that's getting ready to leave. This will be his first. I feel like is this the year? Is his first full class? 3 years, because that's the average now. 5 years, 6 years is not the norm anymore. It could be though. It could be, and why? Because there are people trying to do what? There are people trying to curtail how much players can make with NIL. And before that came out, right, that there could be an example, but there is one, I'm not sure if there is or there's going to be. But there are people working. It said Nick Saban is leading that effort, maybe because he's on that commission, trying to curtail how much players make with NIL. Now, that's a whole conversation by itself. So, at first, it was like the players are going to stay. And I'm wondering if people want to change NIL, not because the players are making too much money, but because it's going to slow down the players exiting college in 2 years. It's going to go back to players being in college for 5 and 6 years because they can get NIL. Put a comment out today that said the Manning family is basically letting the NFL know, stop tugging at Arch Manning. He hasn't committed to leave. He hasn't said he's leaving. He's enjoying his time in Texas. Leave him out this conversation because he has not made a decision. And it's like the media just wants to keep using him for clicks, right? They want to pressure. And he good, right? Don't use us like that. Some people could say it. I don't know, So that's where we are. I was thinking with NIL, they had this court case for the longest. I was thinking these guys are in a good place. They can stay in college. Unlike the NBA draft, a lot of people didn't register this year. I said I feel like that's gonna happen in the NFL, especially in these mid-tier areas where they can make the money in school. Now, mind you, everybody not gonna make the money like that, but a lot of players are making money. So the star athletes will be staying in school, which means players who probably go maybe third round will bump up to the second round. because maybe a lot of second rounders are actually appreciated by the college. It just depends, because you don't always know where you're going to get drafted. And that's going to change the draft too. That's going to change the dynamic. Oh, you don't want to come out of school? No. But see, when Caleb Williams didn't want to come out of college, it was a problem. So now I think they see what's happening with the NBA. They see what's happening with the WNBA. These leagues talk, right? People who worked in one league worked in another league. In fact, that management council that y'all talked about, right? That we learned, been around since the 70s, but it was real hush-hush to the collusion case, right? What did we learn? Well, I learned through research that it's like a high-powered law firm. And the people that there go on to work for the MLB, the NBA. So these people talk. They know each other. And they're like, man, the trend we're seeing in the WNBA, girls are not coming out of school. So y'all might want something to change this NIL so they'll still want to come out of school. Same thing with the NBA. All industries have conferences. I'm sure the sports industry have conferences where they talk about, some of the pain points. Hey, these kids not signing up for the NBA draft. And the NBA draft is guaranteed money. And still staying in school. Now, what does that say? The NFL don't even have guaranteed money. So it will be harder. It probably would change the dynamic, which is probably why Nick Saban is out here talking to people that people are scratching their head about, right? That he would try to work with them to convince, the president to curtail NIL after athletes been fighting for years to finally get NIL. The decision was just handed down recently, and now they want to change it already because players are not running to these leagues, and the NFL is probably going to be next. So our guys that are leaving, 3 years. Some say, I'm not going to be here for 5 years. I think if the NIL money was that good, you would stay. I think if Arch Manning is $6 million, right? If he's at $6 million, obviously his family said he's making money. He's good. He's good. But for our guys, it looks like they're going to leave, next year. I doesn't seem to be anything to persuade them to stay. I think it's a crapshoot, but because you don't know where you're gonna get drafted, right? You don't know where you're gonna get drafted, so that's it. That's it. The whole NIL thing is changing the dynamic. But we got guys. I'll let me know somebody else that's leaving. Tyler Brown, he should be leaving too because he came in. I don't know how many years, but he'll be gone. Mata will be gone. Omarion will be gone. I don't know if this is Sincere Brown's last year. Caden will be gone. Caden will be a one and done at CU. So, that's that. Yeah, Caden will be gone. So, but it did hurt my heart about Omarion. So, let me check the comments and see who y'all saw. All right, I'm checking to see who y'all saw on Name That Buff. Let's see. We just stand tapped in with our buffs. We have 6 weeks to go. Who is that? Oh, Selmo. Is that Selmo? Okay, Selmo. Thank you. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? I can't change the size of what I'm looking at. That's what I'm trying to change. Anyway, that Jacqueline. Welcome. Hi. How you doing, Jacqueline? Charlotte, how you doing? That was an excellent video you sent to me. Charlotte sent me a video, legendary, of Shador Sanders. So we'll probably talk about it on a different podcast. Expertly filmed by one of his media teams that y'all normally see with him. So I told y'all he had like 2 cameramen, 2 videographers. One of them filmed it. It's really good. It feels like a tribute almost, but it's not. It's just he put together a lot of his content, and it was great. So thank you for sharing that, Charlotte. Say hi. Happy Saturday. Hope everyone is having fun. Yeah. Okay. And who else is this? Listen. Oh, Echo That Media. Okay, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? I gotta put y'all on the screen to see. It says hit the like button. Yes, please hit the like button. Please hit the like button. I appreciate it. Yeah, how you doing? Welcome back, Kiel. How you doing? Anything to report on your end from the Giants that we are ought to know about? Any changes on the QB side? I'm just curious. Elmo saying hi. Charlotte says, "Hey everybody." Colorado Buffs dominate. Yeah, I think they'll dominate this year. I think they'll be good. We ranked right now because when the season ended, we were ranked number 24 overall. Did we start the season ranked or did we get bumped? I think we got bumped. Matter of fact, I think we way down. We're twice as far down as we were last year. I have to look into it, but yeah, we're twice as far down. Let me see. What is CU ranked? Let me see if I can find out. I feel like it was like in the 40s. What is CU ranked in football? The Colorado Buffaloes football team is ranked number 11 in the Big 12 and 49 nationally in ESPN's Power Football ranking. It's based on a ranking of 98 nationally ranked teams. Wow. So we're twice as far down as we were before. From 24 to 48, 49. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Well, what y'all think about that? We're second to last in the Big 12, and we're ranked number 49. We went from 24 or 25 to 49. Jeez. No love. All right, I gotta put myself back up here. I'm trying to see why my orientation won't let me keep okay, I don't know. It's weird. All right. It said, is it me or does Coach Prime have it better than Nick Saban during his reign? I have heard people talk about that. I have heard people say Coach Prime started out better so far. Now, I don't know. I can't even pretend to know Nick Saban's record. I know he was highly regarded at U. I'm going to believe that is because he was a winning coach. He probably took a program wasn't good, maybe, and turned it into a program that is good because of the regard that he had. Yeah, I know he ain't Coach Prime friends or whatever, but it is true. Coach Prime started better than Nick Saban. So I do know that, Elmo. What is Nick Saban's record like in his first at the same time with Coach Prime? Coach Prime going into his third year, so maybe his first 2 years, right? His first 2 years. What was Nick Saban's record? Next is I'm everywhere. Well, it said yes, it what? It said yes, it can be seen on his Instagram. Oh, you talking about the video? Yeah, if you're talking about Shadur's video, okay, it's out on Instagram. If that's what you're talking about, I didn't know it was on Instagram. Okay, I think I saw it on X. I don't think he posted his YouTube. I didn't see it there. Shiloh does though. I went back to Shiloh's page from the beginning. Shiloh has a video that's 6 years old on his YouTube. I think it says 6 years. He was playing high school football. I don't know if y'all have ever seen it, but Shiloh's page is good. Let's see. What's up? Who is that? Let's see. Navali, how you doing? What's up? How you doing? Bridget Money, it said, did you see that Zena Garrison was in the chat and offered to give Coach Prime tennis lessons? No, but that's good. That is good. Coach Prime has truly expanded his brand, his reach, right? There are gonna be people getting those rackets. Only like $23. That's why I'm like, I can get 2, give them away. It'll be a good, giveaway for the podcast. They say Prime on the side. Wilson is the number 1 or number 2 racket brand out there. Like I said, depending on who you ask, is number 1 or it could be number 2. I didn't know. I knew I saw him playing at CU, but I didn't know that the CU team had embraced him and was giving him tennis lessons. So I was like, I wonder if CU tennis gonna end up with those rackets. I could see it, but it would be good. He seems to really like it. Did y'all see the video with Coach Prime and his daughter? So she was at home. That's another one. People don't pay attention to the Sanders family. That young lady's brand, I'm talking about Shalimar, her brand is going and going. She's on TikTok. She's everywhere. But like she's on TikTok, she's on Instagram. But on TikTok, like her videos, 70,000 views. That's just drop. Then, time passes and they go up. She just got another endorsement for college athletes. She's included in an ad for a device that they use to track their glucose. She shows up like when she getting her hair done. Well, she went to visit her dad and they worked out together. He said she ran a mile. She said we ran a mile and a half. No, she ran like a mile and a half. She said, Shalimar said, Coach Prime did a run walk. So playing tennis, I think, will help him with his back. And y'all know these kids just don't mind like teasing him about his not having 10 toes. My feelings will be hurt. She said, well, he don't have toes. So I was like, they do not mind just making fun of him not having 10 toes. I'm like, my feelings will be so hurt. But, he's playing tennis. I know somebody said when he come back to you, he want to be able to keep up with the players because y'all know he like to be on the field. And he's doing a run walk. His balance is going to be good. His endurance is going to be good. His face is filling out, but he have a beard, so it's kind of hard to see. I don't know. I think Lauren had posted something. I didn't even know that was her until I realized it because I didn't follow the account. She posted something, just saying things are good. So I'm pretty sure they have him like on some kind of protein diet or whatever. But it tells you, how I told y'all that the NFL was like trying to put it out there that it has something to do with his feet. Not if you're playing tennis. Not if he's running a mile and a half or a run walk. If he's on a run walk with his daughter for a mile and a half. His endurance is up. It's not his feet. It was never his feet. It was the strength. Right? So, happy to see you in tennis embracing Coach Prime, Wilson rackets, equipment for tennis. Another branch off of the Prime effect. People gonna end up with those rackets probably in some of these universities. I mean, I'm shocked Nike didn't do it. That's what I thought. I said, I'm shocked Nike didn't do that, right? Now he's still in Dallas, so I don't know if they have a break. I feel like they might have a break, maybe just the weekend, and then they come back on Monday. But see, they still have 6 weeks left. I thought the last break that they had, I thought that ended already. So I don't know. I think it would be nice to have, Coach Prime back in Boulder, but I think he got 6 more weeks. I don't think he's gonna be back no time soon. I don't think he'll be back anytime soon. Now I know Coach Prime said that there needs to be a cap, like a salary cap on NIL. So let me ask y'all this question. All right, I'm gonna ask it out loud. So we know that Nick Saban seems to be somehow spearheading this, asking for what seems to be extreme to me, an executive order. With all going on in this country, do we really need an executive order for that? Is that really a priority? Do we have to really do it like right now? Why isn't that something that could be worked in? The lawsuit to get NIL took forever, and then they had to go through this lawsuit with people being reimbursed or paid damages. That took forever. But then we want to expedite a limit. There's already a limit. The schools have to use a pool of money to pay the players. Isn't that a limit? So what else we need? Oh, I know what it is. The boosters, the whatever, they don't have collectives no more. They had to do away with that. I guess people can still give beyond, which tells you how UT gets to a $54 million roster, because I don't know the shared pool in the SEC, right? But let's just say if the Big 12 is 22, assume that is my conference, because I don't know. I don't remember. And it ends up being, let's just say it's 35. And they all each school can give out 35 million across all athletic programs. But I thought it was one set number for everybody, but this only affects the Power 5. But question: is this executive order to restrict NIL affecting the Power 5, like the lawsuit did, or is this for HBCUs and non-Division I schools, non-FBS, etc.? Let me know if you know. And my second question is, does Coach Prime have the same, is he aligned with what Nick Saban is doing? Or was he asking for one thing? Are their motives the same? Let me just cut straight to the chase. Is Nick Saban's motive getting this executive order, which makes it seem like this is something we got to focus on right this minute when the country is kind of in shambles? People riding in streets, but we got to focus on captain off NIL. Okay. And is his motive the same as the salary cap idea that Coach Prime had? Is somebody tell me, please? Let me see what y'all saying. Hopefully y'all heard my question about that. All right, here's the video with Coach Prime and the tennis thing, so I'm gonna share it.
Zoom in on this. Wilson. Yes, sir. Prime. Wilson. Prime. We want to thank you. We just had a tremendous session of tennis. Just lessons. We didn't go against each other. They called me Juan Black and Roll. And that's Arthur.
Black and Roll. He said he called him Black and Roll.
Flash.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Arthur Flash. We just did the doggone thing. Let me tell you something. All you tennis players, I've always had respect for you, but I've grown in my respect for you. That was a workout. You see, we have the lobster's cousin right here.
The lobster's cousin.
We shooting out about 150 balls, and we just go back and forth. We take turns. We can't do it one at a time. We take turns. Yeah. We go like 12 balls apiece.
Yeah.
And we ain't playing. This was a workout.
That's
my
Coach
legs
playing with Bucky. I think
my
he said
back is hurting, but still, I'm one Black and Roll. Don't you ever forget that. Anybody my age and up, I want some. Mm-hmm. No, I take that back. 50 and up. No professional tennis form of. No, if you played in a real match before, I'm not playing you. The rest of y'all.
That means he's not playing Zena Garrison then. He's not going to play Zena Garrison, but she's going to give him some lessons. But he's looking for people to play against him. I would like to see it. And you got to be 50 and up. Anybody in the comments could get there? Anybody in the comments play tennis? Let me know. Drop the emoji, the rackets, raise your hand, or just let me know. I'm just curious. So he's looking for somebody to play with, but you got to be 50 and up. All right, hold on. Oh, hold on 1 second.
15 necklaces trying to hit a tennis ball. You know how that went.
Yeah, I'm getting there.
So Bucky been playing with him, but he's looking for somebody else.
I want to thank you. Zoom in on this.
He's
Wilson.
See it right there.
Prime.
I saw it online. It's
Wilson.
only $20.
Prime. We want to thank you. We just had a tremendous session of tennis. just lessons. We didn't go against each other. They called me Juan Black and Roll. And that's Arthur Flash.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Arthur Flash. We just did the doggone thing. Let me tell you something. All you tennis players, I've always had respect for you. But I've grown in my respect for you. That was a workout.
Tennis is not
You
easy.
see, we have the lobster's cousin right here, where we shooting out about 150 balls, and we just go back and forth. We take.
All right, so tennis is not easy. It's not, and for somebody with 8 toes to get out there who was just ill and lost what 20 pounds? How much did they say he lost? It was online. I thought they said 20 pounds. I don't think it was 40. I think I remember 20. Let me know if y'all remember what it was. For somebody who was ill, right? Stress-related weight loss. That's what it's called. Stress-related weight loss. When you have stuff like that, people start looking at your immune system and stuff like that, but it normally is tied to stress, right? And 8 toes. So those two combined, and he's back out there. It's hot in Texas. It is hot in Texas. Believe me, it is hot in Texas. It don't matter how nice your house is. When you go outside, it is scorching hot in Texas. Now, they're near Dallas, so it's not humid like it is in Houston, but it's hot though. You feel like the sun is following you. It's hot. It's not humid, but it's hot. You notice he's wearing a sweatshirt. You put all that together, and that tells you that his illness was stress related. It had nothing to do with his feet. Nothing. Because he's playing tennis. And he really likes it. Not just got a court just because he can. He really wants to find somebody in the area, the Dallas area, or you can get there, if you can get there, to play with, right? So if y'all in the comments, if y'all play tennis, speak up. I think it would be great, right? So let's see. Tina say, hey, how you doing? Max said, Prime said he will play anyone in tennis age 50 and older, but you can't be a tennis player, right? Because I need you to be on my level. So yeah, I get it. Tennis is not easy, so you definitely don't want to get out there with I was getting ready to say Simone Biles. She don't play tennis, but she might though. She might. Coco Gauff. You don't want to get out there with Serena or Naomi Osaka or somebody on that level, right? I think there was a tennis player named. No, that was a football player. So yeah, hopefully he finds somebody in the area. Something else that came up about Coach Prime over the weekend. I don't know if y'all heard, but the story is starting to resurface that he's not going to be at CU much longer. Now, I knew this was going to happen. I don't know where the hell they think he's going, because you see what happened in the NFL, right? You see what happened in the draft. But it could be because of the rumor that was out there about Jacksonville. I'm thinking maybe that's why it's coming up. It is starting to resurface. He's not going to be there. It's going to be hard to hurt his recruiting with it, because we see what happened in the NFL draft. But his contract ends in 29. So maybe that's a hint that this last contract might be it for him, right? I remember him telling Livingston. I remember him telling Livingston, we need to get you ready. Does anybody remember when they were when they had first got back? Livingston contract got signed. Coach Prime didn't. I said that was shady. And Coach Prime did say he wanted to sign his contract before the draft because he didn't want nobody thinking nothing, but that wasn't gonna matter anyway. And Coach Prime said something to the fact of walking down the stairs. We're gonna need to get you want to be a coach or something like that. We're gonna get you ready, or we're gonna make sure that happens. He was upset, in my opinion. So I think that's where this is coming from. People know that this might be the last go round for him at CU. So you let me know your thoughts. It's starting to resurface. And nobody, are we still recruiting? Or is that over? I think we're still recruiting. I don't think it's about that this time. I think it's about the reality that this might be the last go round. So Let me know your thoughts on that too. Selmo said, I'm 60. He said at least 50, you can still play. You can still play. I think you qualify. I think he meant 50 and up. You could get out there. You could get out there. Yeah, you could get out there for sure. It said, oh wow, let's see. Feel better than myself. What does it say? I can't see that. Hold on one second. It said, oh wow, man, feel better, bro. I myself out of commission too. Oh, okay. All right. Oh, okay. Hey everybody, how you doing? How you doing, Miss Pamela? How you doing? Joyce is back. Hey Joyce, welcome back. Thank you for hanging out with us. Let's see. It said he is eligible for one more, but he wants to take his shot at the NFL. Who we talking about, Echo? Who's eligible for one more year, but he wants to take a shot at the NFL? Are you talking about Omarion? Let me know. More money in the NFL anyways. Okay. I hate that they even still think in that direction, but you see, they not deterred, right? The whole conversation around the NFL contract. See, once the NFL devalued Shedeur, first round pick, right? They devalued players before, but not to this extreme. The man selling $250 million in jerseys, balling out in camp. See, what's happening is conversations are being had. Now, there's already been conversations about the NFL, but not as widespread. Now the NFL is under a microscope. Why? Now it's not about Shedeur. We went from Shedeur to the collusion case, starting to see heads roll there. Interestingly enough, when they, y'all know they fired the NFL Players Association president, right? However, they also fired some arbitrators. They said they have a window of opportunity to fire arbitrators. So they fired an arbitrator who went against J.C. Trotter. Now, if y'all don't know, J.C. Trotter is one of the lawsuits filed against the NFL for discrimination by the media. So the Players Association decided to dismiss an arbitrator who ruled against J.C. Trotter. That $100 million lawsuit, I do believe, mentions J.C. Trotter. Interesting, right? So they got rid of the arbitrator who ruled against Trotter after the NFL is being sued for $100 million. And Trotter is in there for racial discrimination. Y'all don't find that interesting? What they say, y'all, you don't find that suspicious? Yeah, it's definitely suspicious. It's definitely suspicious. Definitely suspicious. Okay, I had to break my screen. I'm like, why can't I see? Okay, let's see if that helps. It said, did anyone see the lawsuit by Terrell Pryor regarding NIL? Yep. When I was doing my research on Terrell Pryor, Miss Pamela, I saw it. He and the guys that were disciplined, Terrell Pryor had to go into a supplemental draft. It looked like he was the only person in the supplemental draft in 2010, which was the same class as Cam Newton. And what people say is Terrell Pryor was supposed to be what Cam Newton ended up being, or something like that. Something about those two players were very athletic. Terrell Pryor had crazy numbers coming out of Ohio State, put on one of the biggest stages for Ohio State, and they sued for damages, I think, after NIL was approved, because they had a tattoo. They went kind of like LeBron. And again, this is Ohio. Now, remember what happened to LeBron. If you know the LeBron story, if you watch the documentary, There was no NIL. LeBron was coming out of high school. He was a senior. He still had like the rest of the season to play. And he and Savannah were coming out of like a dairy, like a Sonic or a Dairy Queen type or some kind of place like that to get something to eat. Something casual is what I'm getting at. And a man just walks up to LeBron and hands him a jersey. And it's supposed to be a collectible. Now imagine somebody just walking up to you, handing you something. You like, huh? And then they gone. They just take off. And somebody snaps a picture of you with it. You don't even know what you have. That's what they use to suspend LeBron from the last game of his high school season. They did LeBron dirty too. He couldn't play in the game, which was going to take them to the championship. They made him ineligible by setting him up. So Terrell Pryor and some teammates, all they did was go get tattoos. Juju 17. Y'all see he got a full sleeve on one arm and a full sleeve on the opposite leg. Something that's common. When kids get to college, they get tattoos. So they went to get tattoos. They didn't ask for nothing. They weren't free. They got a discount. You heard me right. That's like you walking into your favorite fast food restaurant. They recognize that you and the guys go to Ohio State. I may or may not know who you are, but I know you go to Ohio State. Kids come in here to eat. Kids go in there to get a tattoo. Oh, y'all go to Ohio State? I'm gonna get y'all a discount. So maybe y'all can tell y'all friends and other people come. That's why they got in trouble. And then that really was the sticking. Then they something about they sold something. I don't know if they had a championship ring and they sold it. It's mine. Why can't I sell it? Yeah, go look at why they got suspended. So Terrell Pryor and the other guys, they did sue. They did sue for damages. For one, it negatively affected his draft situation because Roger Goodell, basically, I think it was him at the time, said that he had to go into a supplemental draft. He was going to be suspended, this, that, and the other. They held him out, like just kind of held him up on the light post while everybody just watched. And then NIL becomes a thing. Reggie Bush gets his Heisman back after they try to give it to Vince Young. But Terrell Pryor and his crew, they don't get exonerated. It's too late. He already had to be put aside in a supplemental draft for getting a discount, selling a championship ring that they didn't want to keep. And when it was made right, like it was for Reggie Bush, it was never made right for Terrell Pryor. It affected the career earnings. He was already a black quarterback. I mean, that was the first strike. I'm going to have to assume no white player has ever either taken money before NIL, got in trouble for it, sold a jersey, memorabilia, anything. Because if you look at who has gotten in trouble, if you can think through the recesses of your mind about this situation, no white players did this. No agent went up to a white player ever and tried to offer them money so they could sign with them early. Did they ever suspend the agents for trying to entice these young people who were eating the equivalent to ramen noodles because there were no ramen noodles back then? So, yep, I know about it. NIL is the best thing that has happened to these athletes, right? And it's sad. It's sad to me that how quickly, after how long it took to get NIL, how long it took to get compensated for damages. Look how fast they moving to put a cap on it. Do they care? Would they care? Would they care if the sport of football, which is rooted in white supremacy, it is documented? If the sport of football, if they cared if it was white, if they went to flag football, felt like they didn't need black bodies to be the talent, they could make the league 98% white. Because all I need is your speed. I'll take your wide receivers. That's it. In your corners. I don't need the rest. I want you to pay attention to 7-on-7. If I can do it without you, they gonna do it without you. One day, contact football gonna look archaic to us. 11-on-11 gonna look funny because 7-on-7 is starting to take over. Flag football is starting to take over. These guys better get it together before they get shut out in the dark unexpectedly. The guys coming out of CU already ready to go pro, not stopping and looking at the red flags of what happened with Shador, what happened with other people, what happened with Travis and his contract. If they don't need you, they ain't gonna do it without you. One of these days. So yeah, I told y'all, if they could make the same money with flag football, with a 98% non-black population of players, they would do it in a heartbeat. And you wouldn't hear anybody running to the White House to try to get a cap on NIL. Why you want to cap NIL? Did you ever hear anybody complain? Did you ever hear anybody complain about Carson Beck getting $4 million for 1 year? So what's this really about? The schools have a pool of money. Other people are ponying up the rest of the money. What's this really about? Is this because, like they said, our president loves the free market system, but not when it comes to NIL, that he would sign this, that he would, or is this just him overruling the courts because it just feel good? It's true, he loves the free market system. That's what NIL provides for. Does this affect all college sports? I would think so, right? Most of them don't even make the kind of money football make. Football is the money maker. Basketball is next. Is this about making sure kids still keep coming out of college and going to the NFL? We want to make it fair for other schools to compete. What is it about? It's a valid question. It's a valid question. Let's see, who's that? Oh, you saw Carday Smith. Okay, so you did see somebody. Okay, yep, Carday is in this video. He is in this video. I don't know this young man's name right here, but y'all let me know. Let's see if we can listen to it because I know it has audio. Hopefully it comes out. Let's see. Feel free to comment to anything we already talked about. Just let me know what we're talking about when we get there. All right, so let's see if we can hear the audio here.
Gym shorts are only 10.
Gotta grind it out. It's almost that time. Yeah.
So he can be ready at soon.
They be working hard. Okay, this fella right here on the screen. Does anybody know who this is? He said, now, unless he misspoke, he said this is his last college football practice. I was like, huh? Do y'all see a case where is he graduating in the summer? That could be what it is. He could be a summer grad. That could be, he said he's about to have a life change, a life transition. You'll probably hear him say it. The audio does not match the video. That's intentional. And when you hear him say it, that's him. He said, this is my last college football practice. I think he must be graduating in the summer. That would be the only reason why I could think of, unless he's dropping out. And I don't think he is. I think he's finished. And I don't know his name. So let me know if you know his name.
Hey, listen, coach. Listen. Hey, come on, clean this bitch up. Hey, relax. Hey, get ready. Hey, relax. You not even.
Let's see if y'all can see the video. Well, let's see. I see Jordan Seaton, obviously, so that means that's the offense.
Do it look like
Coach Swayze don't count.
I am. No, I'm joking.
I see
cool.
Yaya,
Yeah,
but that's still the offense, though. I think that's just offense. That's not the whole team, is it? It don't look like the whole team. It doesn't. It doesn't look like the whole team.
Great work, Grace.
Stand tall.
Let's see. Okay, somebody see Arden Walker.
It's the discipline.
Arden,
Nobody jumped off
Arden
side.
Walker.
When y'all communicate with each other,
Okay,
and being
then.
in great shape.
Arden
Now, y'all,
Walker is
let's get
not
a
the
break.
person that
Hey, I
said
need
it's his
Big.
last
Hey, let's
college
go.
football
Big,
game,
Tim,
right?
and everybody else. Let's go.
Because
Let's keep on
isn't he
working,
like
man. Hey, work on 3. 1, 2, 3.
projected to be really good this year? He must mean for the summer. That must be what he's talking about, because there's no way. I didn't think he was leaving. They said he's grown year over year. Isn't he an edge rusher like number 53 or something? That's interesting. I didn't think he was going nowhere. Okay. Yeah, I didn't think he was going nowhere. So yeah, we saw the lawsuit by Terrell Pryor. Yeah, it's a very interesting situation why it hasn't been rectified like it was with Reggie Bush getting his Heisman back. Selmo. Hit the like button for me. It said, I keep my close to the ground. Oh, I keep my ear close to the ground. And let's see. Close to the ground that. Okay. Let's see. What does this say? It said, I keep my ear close to the ground that put out hating video trying to downplay Shadour's community involvement. Yeah, well, we ain't worried about her. We just waiting for her to get on the broadcast and lose her mind. That's all I'm waiting on. And it was funny. Some broadcast station popped up in my feed. I was like, isn't this the same station? I was like, oh, okay. I'm being prepared. I'm being prepared. I was like WCYX or something like YK or something like that. I was like, I think this is the same station, but I have to go back and double check. You know how the algorithm is, right? You look up one thing. I'm looking up Cleveland broadcast, this, that, and the other. It stays and it just keeps sending you stuff because it thinks that that's what you want to see. So yeah, that's interesting in itself. Oh, Stelmo say he'll play Coach Prime. And know a little bit about the game. Okay. I mean, I don't think he's not looking for a pro. So I think anybody could do it. Yeah. It says Snow will be playing tennis. Yep, he will be playing tennis. You best, but he gonna Snow. If you ask me, the way I see Snow is the way I see Future. You know who I'm talking about? Sierra and Russell's son. He is a multi-sport athlete. He can play football. He can play basketball, and he can play what? Baseball. That's gonna be Snow. He might want to play soccer too, depending on his love of soccer. Might catch on. But the point is, he gonna be a multi-sport athlete. Trade maybe football, maybe trade football. And they always say football is the family business, right? But you never know with the next generation. They might want to play soccer. They might want to play tennis. Shiloh can snowboard. Shiloh gonna have him out there in Colorado, but he in Tampa now, so I don't know how much Shiloh's gonna get back to Colorado, what beyond going to see his dad. So, yeah, Snow is going to be a multi-sport athlete. We just don't know what sports, but we suspect football and baseball for sure. I don't know how tall he's gonna be to know if he's gonna play basketball. Greetings, how you doing? How you doing? It says someone in his new video. What? Let's see what you're saying. It says someone in his new video that said someone on his staff said he was suffering from a terminal illness. I didn't hear or read it anywhere. What? Who you talking about, Coach Prime? Are you talking about Coach Prime? I haven't heard that either. And if so, it was hush hush. It's possible. It's possible. It's possible. He's not gonna talk about it. I don't know if that's where those stories will be coming from though, because that would be insensitive and put people's business in the street. And that's serious. You don't talk about those types of things. But it wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me. What is Coach Prime? 57? 57 have health issues? Yeah. It could be. I hope that's not the case. I hope. You never know. Maybe, the whole foot issue slowed him down, right? As you can see, he getting back out there. it might make a big difference. The activity. I remember once upon a time, I ran into a lady somewhere, and she was like at the gym working out, right? And we got to talking, and she was telling me the reason she works out like she does, like aerobic exercise, is because she was diagnosed with cancer, and she part of her um I guess you could say therapy was to increase her aerobic exercise. I forgot what it did. I remember what it was. And y'all know when she she actually rang the bell and ended up being cancer free after that. I think she had breast cancer. Yeah. So you can end up with cancer and change things, certain things. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. It just depends on when you catch it, right? Um, so it's possible, right? Um, but you can beat it, right? So you can beat it, especially like prostate cancer. If you find out early, with a lot of men, if they find out super early, don't smoke cigarettes or anything like that. Uh, they can beat it if they find out super early. Yeah. So it's possible. It is possible, but to see him still going, he not gonna let it take him down, right? He not gonna let it take him down. And if you already have something lingering and you dealing with the type of stress that he was dealing with, I still think it has everything to do with that though. Because he even said it, you don't know how hurt I was, right? And I don't think Shador would have been when they asked him in Cleveland, I don't know what they got going on. I don't think he would have been like that. If it was something that serious, I think we would have saw it manifesting all his kids and they moved at about the same time. And we haven't seen that. I'm not saying it's not true. But I still think it's the draft. Just that's what I think. That's what I think. It said Prime not going nowhere. I don't think he's going anywhere right now. But I'm gonna just be honest. I kind of do feel after Juju gone, I kind of do feel he might be gone. To be honest with you, that's what I think. What's that? 3 years from now? That's what I think. That's what I think. One of the reasons I think that is because of what Pac-Man Jones said. Y'all saw Pac-Man Jones go fishing with Coach Prime. That means he in that circle. That means he's in the inner circle. And when he talked about that on his show, he said, not right now, because they're trying to get anybody to take Trevor Lawrence. Now, you don't hear nobody talking about Trevor Lawrence. They say he got a no trade clause. He not even a person you put in a scenario. Right? He could really go to New Orleans because they don't have no quarterback right now, right? They don't even put Trevor Lawrence in scenarios. How many scenarios have Shador been involved in? Like 5. We even heard Jordan Seaton's name mentioned. And is Jordan Seaton coming out in the draft, the 26th draft? Because I feel like he got one more year too. So I don't know why an NFL team will be talking about him, but that's what people do. I've never heard Trevor Lawrence's name in any type of scenario with a trade. But Pac-Man Jones was not the only person to say that Shador would end up in Jacksonville with Travis. And eventually Coach Prime would join him. That's all I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So I don't think oh, I'm like, why I hear myself right here? I don't think he's going anywhere right now, but I could see it in about 3 to 4 years. And they could buy out that last year. And it just depends on how it goes, right? If he gets cheated by the refs a lot, that means CU Regis not helping out. You don't think CU could lean on the NCAA? I mean, they can't do nothing about the media hating, but I can do something about 3 years in a row. I have refs cheating, blatantly cheating, or even the announcers saying, there are some inconsistencies with when pass interference is called, especially when it comes to CU. The media, that's what the media is saying. So, hey, Blue Moon, how you doing? Michael said, stop with the Ohio stuff. Oh, why? What did I say about Ohio? Why? Let's see. It says, stop with the Ohio stuff. Salute to keep dropping facts. Oh, you must be in Ohio. Are you going to any of the open practices that Cleveland has? We'll talk about that tonight. But let me know in the comments. I just want to know if anybody in the Cleveland area or plan on using their time to go to Cleveland. They have 8 or 9. I think it's 8 open practices. Was anybody planning on going? Let me know. Just say something in the comments about it. That's all. I'm just curious. Michael, I'm gonna forever be talking about Ohio. I'm sorry. It is a lot happening. I mean, they trashed Bron when he was in high school. They set him up, and Terrell Pryor at Ohio State. Let's see. Shador? No last name needed. Shador. So I'm just saying. I'm like, Ohio don't have a good track record, right? I listen to Dave Chappelle talk about Ohio all the time because he's apparently lived there, from there, or something. So yeah, it's not looking good for Ohio, but it's just not. Yeah, it's not looking good. Let's see what else. So Michael said I gotta stop talking about Ohio. Tina say, I think he's from Colorado. Who we talking? Oh, Arden Walker. Yeah, he is from Colorado. Okay, so why do people think Arden Walker is leaving? Oh, his dad played in the NFL? Oh, that's good info. I didn't know that. All I know is when he came from Missouri, there was like him and his girlfriend had a joint channel, or it was her channel, and she used to go to all the games. And I saw his family. They went out to eat. I saw a couple of, when she would come to town or whatever, and they would go to the games. I thought that was cute. I remember something about his family, but I don't remember anybody saying his dad played. He's an edge rusher, right? I think y'all say he's coming out this year too. I think that's it for him because he played in Missouri. Then he 2 years with us. That's 3. And I don't know how long he was at Missouri, but I remember him saying coming back home to play. And so, yeah, he from Colorado. Okay. So that's Arden Walker. What does it mean when he said this is my last practice? He must mean spring or whatever. He must mean the last, because they're going into fall camp. So he must mean summer conditioning. That's what I think he means. Yep, Tina, he is from Colorado. I remember. It said Arden Walker, his dad played for CU too? So he played for CU and he played in the NFL? Is that what it is? Or was it just CU? Let me know. I thought I saw the NFL. Okay. Art Walker also played for CU. Okay, y'all really know who this is. Okay, when? In the early 2000s. Okay. So he's a celebrity there. Okay. That's good to know. That was him that said that. Okay. All right. He's a senior. Oh, okay. He is a senior. Okay. Echo, you agree. And I don't know with what, because I'm moving down in the chat. That's why y'all can tell me what we're talking about. But thank you. It said Arden Walker was referring to his last summer practice. Okay. Thank you. That's perfect. Yeah. Let me send a text because this is not gonna stop. Just hold on 1 second. Like a school teacher, talk amongst yourselves, or a professor, confer amongst yourselves. Let's see. Oh. Okay. All right. Okay. So let's see. That's Arden Walker. Oh, Tina say yes, that is Coach Prime. It was in the comments. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't say that out loud. Stress can make you ill. Yeah, it definitely can. You can lose weight. You can trigger an immune system response, which thinks something's wrong, and And honestly, most times when people go to the doctor, I know y'all like, huh? Well, most people go to a lot of people go to the doctor with rapid weight loss. The first thing they look for is cancer. That's the first thing they look for. That might not be what it is. But they're gonna run a battery of tests to see if that's what it is, because that's what they see with rapid weight loss. Yeah. So hopefully it's not that. And maybe that's why people were suspecting that's what it was. I think if he did have one, he would not be out there playing tennis like that. It would still be a problem, or it's gonna come back. One or the other. Because you ain't get rid of it that fast. That's facts. So hopefully that was just some kind of speculation. But that's what people suspect. When you lose weight, that's the first thing. That's the first thing they look for. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Oh, we have somebody new with us. Let's see. Let's welcome. Who is this? Maite. I think you've been with us before, right? His voice does sound kind of hoarse and not as strong, right? And that is a sign of stress. That is a sign of a stress immune system in distress. That's what that is. That is could be thyroid. Because when you have thyroid issues, you could go be hoarse, in and out, sporadically, depending on the body's functioning. I know y'all like, what the hell? It could be that. It could be it. It could be it. It could be it. It could be it. Anyway, yeah, it could be that. I'm just saying. So, and that's not necessarily anything life threatening, right? So we want to hope not. People be speculating in the comments too. So we're gonna kind of move off of that. It's because I don't want people running around saying that, right? That makes life hard for everybody involved. Don't give validity to unfounded rumors about anyone's health. I agree, Roger. I agree. That's what I was saying. I totally agree. Let's see. Yeah, we don't want to do that. All of the open practices are sold out. Damn. So if you don't have a ticket by now, you can't get in. They sold out in 10 hours. I'm assuming you're talking about Cleveland because that's the only team we talked about. And I'm going to try my best next week to talk about pro buffs. I'm going to try to get to one pro buff a day because we have, how many did we say? 8? Is it 8? And we had people from last year. Pro buffs under Coach Prime. Now, if there are people before that and y'all want to talk about them, we can. But obviously, we're Coach Prime fans, right? Well, some of us are just Colorado fans too, I'm assuming. But I'm a Coach Prime fan. So I follow his career. If they have pro Tigers from Jackson State in the league, I want to know what's going on with them. Like y'all said, that one guy, Aubrey, was that his name? He moved on to a different league. So kind of like that kind of stuff. I want to talk about that because we still got 6 weeks until the guys, for game day, but they're going to put out footage every day. So we will just catch up with them as they get closer. We'll talk about it a little more, but I kind of, because, we're in training camp, want to try next week, as there's 7 days next week. No days off. That's where I'm at because I already had my vacation. So no days off. I kind of want to go into pro buffs. Y'all can drop a name in the chat. Y'all want me to put on the list for next week, and we'll just catch anybody else that y'all didn't mention. But I want to start looking at the training camp. So, okay, so it's sold out. Well, if you didn't get a ticket, I guess you're not going, and it doesn't sound like anybody's going. So, okay. Well, that's fine. I'm sure we'll see footage. I'll be right here. I want to see the footage of what's going on. What's going to start. The first question people are going to ask, when is Shedeur going to get first team reps? Nobody cares about anything else. Jerry Judy, did I tell y'all he was on Nightcap? And it was hilarious. They asked him about, they set him up. It was funny. But it kind of was, but it kind of wasn't. They set Jerry Judy up, who's forced to share a locker with Flacco, and Shannon Sharp and Ocho say, yeah, man, how's it going out there? And they was like talking about the quarterback position, and they were trying to corner him and see if he was going to say something about one of them, and everybody in the comments was laughing because he was like, yeah, I'm just happy to just happy to have good opportunities and good teammates. And he didn't want to say yes, Shador is him. He didn't want to say that. He didn't want to pick a side because he's sharing a locker with Flacco. That's why they did that. I told you that's why they did that. I'm like, now what kind of competition is it? Jerry Jeudy couldn't even sit down on nightcap and be honest about what he saw at the quarterback position, even if it wasn't Shador. If by some miracle it was Dylan, he couldn't even say that. He couldn't pick not one of them, but he's sharing a locker with Flacco. He didn't pick him either. I tell you everything you need to know. And he was just trying to get his words together. It was hilarious. But it was kind of sad at the same time because why? What does that contract say? Loyalty, right? Don't be going out here putting out stuff. Let us say it, right? So, y'all know Jerry Jeudy was up at CU working out when Russell Wilson came. I have the footage. So, or some of it. I think I shared it. If not, I'll see if I still have it and share it. Russell Wilson, man, they was looking good out there. Russell Wilson and Jerry Jeudy in Denver. They came up to see you with some other players from the Broncos. I saw Travis on the field. I saw Shador. I remember seeing some other players. Man, that had to be like, I don't know how often that happens. How often do you think it happens that the Broncos come to work out at the colleges in the area? I don't know how far Boulder is from Denver, maybe 30, 45 minutes. Anybody know? Let me know. Could be an hour, but I don't think it's that far. I don't know if I've heard of this happening. While they're out practicing, the NFL team comes to a college in the area and throws and works out. And so that was 2023. I don't know if it's happened since. I think that was their first year there. I don't even know if it's happened since. Interesting. I'm sure people from Colorado State, they couldn't say nothing because they too far away. I think they in Colorado Springs. So they couldn't complain anyway, but they probably had some other campuses in the area, maybe the University of Denver or something like that. Yeah, that probably had something to say because it has not happened since. But maybe that was what Russell Wilson wanted to do. He was the leader of the Broncos at the time. Jerry Jeudy was a member of the Broncos. Shador was out there. I was watching the video trying to see who was interacting with who. And I was like, Jerry Jeudy knows Shador. So it just lets you know they can't be honest. They can't be 100% honest and speak their piece. They don't have any freedom of speech. That's what it is. What does that say? It said, yeah, I don't. Oh, okay. Is that what you were talking about? It said he's a popular podcaster. I might be missing something, guys. I'm gonna keep pushing. Michael Smith said, I won't be able to control myself if I see. Yeah, that's another thing. When you go out there in person, that's probably why I ain't gonna be at the preseason game in Carolina, because they probably not gonna let you do a play. But then again, they might let him play. I don't know. It just depends what side their wicket is on. Whatever side their wicket is on. If they want to put him out there and embarrass him, they'll put him out there. But Jimmy played there, so I'm thinking they might not. But it's preseason. You would think that they would. So, yeah, I'm like Michael. You gotta be in a woosah type of mode to be able to deal with this sometime. It says he has been in college for maybe 5 years. Oh, Arden Walker. Okay. Yeah, because I know he went to Missouri first. And I didn't know if he was just there a year or two or not. Thank you for that clarity. Thank you for that, Echo. It said we should do a meetup. What? Before? I don't know what the hell that says. Why can't I expand my screen? Maybe because it's video. I don't know. Anyway. I can see it. It says we should do a meetup at one of the Colorado games and maybe some Florida games. To Shiloh and Travis. Well, Shiloh coming to Atlanta. That much I do know. I was thinking about maybe going to Jacksonville, but I don't know. I don't know if that's gonna happen. But I was trying to go to the Tampa game when they play the Falcons, because they play the Falcons twice. once in Tampa and once in Atlanta. I think it's gonna be a lot of Prime people at that game. Let me see if that game is sold out. The tickets were $5, and I was responsible for getting the tickets and forgot. I was like, oh Lord. I said it again last night. That tell you I'm only going because of Shiloh. Now, last year, if y'all knew this last year, like I didn't podcast about it because I was talking about basketball. I was talking about Colorado too, but I guess I was sticking with college because that's where the guys were, right? I wasn't really talking about the NFL last year. So I just, maturated when they did. But I had a lot to say about the Michael Penix Jr. situation. In fact, I was going to ask the question, is Shedeur going to be a Michael Penix Jr. in Cleveland? Y'all know what that means? Let me know if anybody knows what that means. Let's see. Tickets for, what is it? Tickets for Tampa Bay versus the Falcons in Atlanta. Tickets for the Tampa Bay versus the Falcons, September 7th. Prices start from $53, but the average ticket is still around $224. Is that a preseason game? Because the preseason game was $5. See, that's what I get. That's what I get for caring and wanting to go and forgetting about a $5. I'm telling you, the tickets for the preseason game. Now, this might not be preseason. September isn't preseason, right? Or is it? September 7th. Is that a preseason game? I don't know. Anyway, maybe it's sold out. I mean, that's the good thing. But see, this is Atlanta, right? Atlanta is going to want to buy up all the tickets so they could support Coach Prime's son. That's the love that Shiloh's gonna get. People selling tickets to the game for $700, $900. This must be one of those resale sites. September 7th must be a regular season game. Anyway, so there you go. There's still tickets. They're expensive. You can get tickets for that game to $900. Shiloh's gonna get a lot of love when he comes to this city. I promise you, it's gonna be people with 21 jerseys on that say Sanders everywhere. They're gonna be rooting for Michael Penix Jr. too. But Shiloh gonna get some love. He gonna get some love. They're not gonna have on a Tampa jersey. Maybe one or two people. They're gonna have on the 21 jersey. This city does not play about Coach Prime. It said, nurse, what she said got the diagnosis. I know. They were like, huh? Oh, I'm well read. That's what I can say. In fact, I was going to tell y'all, maybe I'll tell you tonight. I found a new show to binge. We just talking. I found a new show to binge watch. So I told y'all I was watching, what was it called? Remember that show I said I watched like in 3 days? I watched the whole couple of seasons that it had, The Lincoln Lawyer. So I went from that, and Netflix is like, you'll like this show. So I was like, let me see. What is it? It's called The Diplomat. Oh my gosh. If anybody has ever watched The Diplomat and you made it to the end of the last season, the last episode, they got season 4 coming out. Lincoln Lawyer have season 4 coming out. I'm telling y'all, if we could find a way to watch shows on a live stream together, I'm telling y'all, we would just be like glued to the conversation throughout the entirety of the episode. So thankfully they're coming back with season 4, but that's my new binge, The Diplomat. If you have not watched it, please go at least just watch the first season. If you have, please let me know your thoughts. Yeah, it's good. It's good. So I'm well read. That's all I can say. It says I sent you a video from Big Dog Chico. Okay, I like Big Dog Chico, who had a video on Walker's parents. Oh, does he still do that? The Prime Parents. That was such a good series. I wonder if he still does that. Like, is he gonna do it for this season coming up? We just waiting until, like, you know, the season start or right before. You enjoy it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Oh, you in Hawaii? Nice. Nice. Salute to BDC over in Hawaii. Nice. Nice. Okay. What happened? It said John the Liquidator will be at the Shador camp. He may have access to him. Oh, yeah. Okay. I can see that. I can see that. Okay. So he's gonna be there. Yeah, I'm sure Bucky will be there. Now remember, y'all told me Bucky gonna be able to film for the NFL. So I would think this is the moment. But he's with his dad. So I don't know. Maybe that's gonna limit him a little bit. So y'all keep me posted if you find out that he's gonna be there or not, because he's that son. I said he would be that. I said him and his sister, because you know the rest, when the kids are younger, it's the older kids that generally, you know, stay with the parents when there's some type of health issue or whatnot. So I think that's pretty good. Jerry Judy was speaking to youth about how good of a QB Shador is. Good. Where was this? Was he at a camp or something? I know he knew Shador, but on Nightcap, he couldn't do it. So I don't know where he was. But yeah, it was funny though. People just made light of the situation. I just remember what the contract said. And the fact that I know he shared a locker with, because he told us, he put it out there, that he shared a locker with Flacco. I was like, he didn't pick him either. He didn't want to pick nobody. But I told y'all, I feel like since Judy was up at CU in 23, with Russell Wilson, I said it. I said he might not gravitate towards him publicly like the rest of the guys. He does seem like he have to straddle the fence. I don't think it's a good idea, but hey, I understand these guys have a muzzle on them, right? And NFL seems to be a little retaliatory at times. It just depends on the situation. And it seems that this situation is one that nobody can step outside of the story, of the narrative, that Shador isn't good. He's a 5th round pick. He doesn't get to pick his jersey because 5th round picks don't, and he has to develop. 5th round picks don't pick their jersey, right? Nobody can step out of that narrative. I told y'all the facility is out. You're not gonna hear anybody else talk about that. But I find it very interesting that the JC Trotter situation has come back to the forefront by firing an arbitrator that ruled against him. And his case is used in this $100 million lawsuits. There's something happening. There's something happening. NFL's working overtime to say that it's not found guilty of collusion because there were no damages. People are trying to confuse the story and say, oh, that was dismissed, but that's not what was reported in January. They even fired the arbitrator that they said the collusion confidentiality was breached. So they fired somebody because of that. If they won, why is it a big deal? So why do you go through the fact to hide the ruling? If the NFL won, you would have held that up everywhere. They did not win. They lost, but the players didn't get damages. So it was like a split, right? It's like a split. That's not a dismissal. That's not a dismissal. Like people talking about Shannon Sharp's case, right? I didn't know whether to work this one in now or work it in on the next show. He settled. Yeah, the case dismissed because he settled. I hate he settled, but he had to settle. The person didn't show up with their lawyer, and then there was a settlement. The lawyer came out and said everything is satisfactory. There was a settlement. The amount has not been disclosed, but Shannon Sharp had to settle. There's a lesson there. If you're going to date people much, much younger than you, you're going to need to learn the culture of their generation so you can understand what's really happening. Fair enough. So, you know, been watching my smart TV. Okay, so are you watching? I don't care. Y'all can tell me if y'all watching any good, shows. I like to ask those questions. Anybody watch The Diplomat? Let me know if anybody watched The Diplomat on Netflix already. It said, did anyone see the KFC giveaway? Yep. I saw Shadur's. Shadur's was crowded. I saw the guy with the orange and brown, was it a Corvette? The orange and brown sports car. That right there told me everything I needed to know about Cleveland fans. I said, okay, this team is lousy. It has been lousy. Right? Now, mind you, they had a winning season in 2023. So maybe that's when he bought it. But I don't see how you could be proud of that. But I don't live there. I don't live there. See, sometimes like there are towns, there's nothing else going on. But they say, you know, they got a lake in Cleveland, Lake Erie, Mistake by the Lake. That's what they call it or something like that. They have like, matter of fact, I've been on the lake in Cleveland. I just thought about that. I've been on the lake in Cleveland myself in a boat. So that's what we were talking about, the Mistake by the Lake and all this kind of stuff. Cuyahoga County. Yep, that's in Cleveland. Yeah. I don't think this. I mean, they're supposed to be developing the riverfront. Remember, I told y'all when they move out to Brook Park, they want to kind of turn it into the Star. So as of now, before we get to Brook Park, before they get to Brook Park, because I think Shadur will be long gone. I don't know what else there is to do there. So this could be the thing to do, right? This could be the event that gives you clout in this city. Oh, you don't go to the Browns games? Oh, we got season tickets. That's what I mean, right? In Atlanta, I think if you say that, people don't care. If you say you got season tickets in Atlanta, you are not going to get any type of, oh, okay. Oh, it's just something to do. It's so much to do in Atlanta that the Falcons and the Braves are not necessarily first. And I think a lot of people come from, I told y'all Atlanta is 2 hours from everywhere. A lot of people come from the surrounding areas to go to the games too. And then they come to see the other team sometimes too. They do that. But they have diehard fans. I'm not saying that they don't. But no, it's not going to elicit a response that people think you know, all of that. Because you got Falcons season tickets. Though I don't think nobody would care. But Cleveland gives me the impression that if you have like season tickets in Cleveland, I think you up there. I think you up there. Somebody let me know. That's what I think. That's the impression I'm starting to get. That's the only reason why they keep going to these games, because it's the thing to do, right? Like some people after church, they go to Walmart, or they go to Cracker Barrel, or they go out to eat, or they go to brunch, or they go home and take a nap, or they go to a soul food restaurant, or whatever. That's what I mean by it's that type of environment. It's the games are at 1:00. So after church, you go to the game. The same thing happens in Atlanta. A lot of Atlanta's games are also at 1:00. So it's the same vibe, right? Usually by 6:00, all of the people that came in the city for the game the day before, if it's if they came on a Friday or a Saturday and the game is Sunday, they gone by 6 p.m. Not in other cities. That's the activity for the evening in other cities. So let me know if Cleveland have a lot going on outside of the Browns and the Guardians and the Cavaliers. Let me know. Doesn't Well-Off have something for a headache game? I don't know. You meant for Shiloh? I don't know. I didn't see. I saw Shiloh. I saw Shadur. I did not see Bucky's. I still didn't see it. Probably because I was watching the end of The Diplomat. That's probably why. So when I'm not doing the online thing and trying to get all these platforms, you know, together for What She Said Sports, I'm probably binge watching something on Netflix. Because if I'm here. Let's see. Or at the gym, because I like to. Y'all spin? Does anybody spin? Soul Cycle, anything like that? The gym, spin bike, something like that. Yeah, that kind of thing. Greetings. Browns camp is sold out. Yes, we were informed we cannot get tickets. People say they think some of the podcasters will be there. I think some of the podcasters will be there too. So we're going to let them go ahead and see how it go first. and we're gonna hang back and see if it's worth the time, effort, and attention and money to show up. We're gonna support Shadua from right here. So some people going and you don't know what they're gonna say, but we gonna cheer from right here, and then we gonna see how it go, and then we gonna show up. That's what we gonna do. Because what did we say? We are watching Cleveland, but we are not fooling with Cleveland if they don't let Shadua play. We said that, right? But the first game we're excited about because it is a reunion of the Buffs, right? It's a reunion of the Buffs. So we're excited about that. Let's see. Who is this? I'm reading y'all's comments. It said Bucky and Coach Prime are going to see Shadua and Shiloh doing training camp. Okay, good. I looked up Shiloh's training camp. It was like July 26th. His was later. So they definitely have time. So I'm guessing they're going to be at the first one of the first open practices. Let me see. There's a list. Let's see. Let's talk about it. Let's see. We supposed to be talking about the Buffs. Anything else about the Buffs? Yeah, we just transitioned in conversation. Let's see. Well, we talking about the forever Buffs now at this point. Let's see. Open practices. You know, they have joint practices with other teams in other cities too. James told us about, well, that's the preseason game, but they're supposed to have joint practices with like another team. The Falcons are going to have one or two joint practices with Tennessee. I think the Titans must be coming to town. Open practices for Cleveland Browns. Let's see, came right on up. Not a surprise. Let's see. It's 8 open practices from July 25th. I think that says 25th. Okay. Okay. Friday, July 25th. The gates open at 1 p.m. Practice starts at 2. The theme. Oh, so they have a theme. Let me see if I can share my screen. I'll see if I can share my screen so y'all can see what it is I'm looking at. I'll try to share the thing again. Window. I feel like this is not gonna come out right. Let's see. Okay, I think I got it. Okay, y'all. I got it. Let's see. Let me know if y'all can see it. First of all, it says I'm sharing. Oh, it says I'm sharing. I'm just checking to see. Oh, on TV. I'm checking to see if I'm sharing. Okay, I'm checking to see if y'all can see what I see. Let's see. An ad came on. Ad. Okay, add into stage. Oh, I have to remove the video first. Let me remove the video. That's how it works. I'll remove both of them. I can get it again. All right. Hey, there it is. Got it. All right. So we see what it is. Yeah, I can see y'all. Y'all can see. Oh, y'all can't see y'all, but y'all can see me, right? Okay, so here we go. Friday, July 25th. There's a theme. What does it say? What does that say? Dog Pound XL. That's the theme. Oh, there's gonna be a food truck. Oh, that's fun. Now that's fun. I like that aspect of it. I always like to go for the food. I like that aspect of it. That's really why I like to go to the games in person. Just gonna be honest. Otherwise, I'd rather watch it on TV because I can see everything. But the experience is different in person, you know. It's just different being there. Like the Falcons games are really fun. So y'all might catch me in one of those. Let's see. A chicken truck. It says somebody chicken is gonna be there. Let's see. CW chicken. Is that what that says? There's a food truck. There's gonna be a giveaway. Okay. Well, that looks nice. Now that looks nice. And then on the 26th. Okay, so the first one is on a Friday. What is today? Today is it the 19th? What? Let's see. Okay, the 19th. So that means a week. Okay. So a week from Friday is the first camp. So really in 7 days, 8 days. Nope, 6 days. So it's really like, yeah, in a week. So that's fast. This gonna go real fast. This gonna go real fast. The first one is Friday, this coming Friday. And then the second one is a Saturday. They have a theme. Black what? Back together weekend. And there's a food truck. I don't know what that says, but y'all can see it. There's a food truck. And let's see. Monday. Okay, so it's from Friday to Saturday. They skip Sunday. They go to Monday. The gates open at 1, practice is at 2. There's another theme. I think I see the word rainbow. I don't know why I can't see this, but I can't really see it. Hold on. I'm just gonna do something right fast. I'm gonna sit this up here. What does that say? Rainbow what? Rainbow Day presented by University Hospitals Rainbow Babies and Children. Okay. A food truck. Okay. Another food truck. So y'all can look up the food trucks ahead of time and see who's gonna be there. And then they have a giveaway at the gate. Then Tuesday the 29th. Military appreciation. Okay. So the military is going to be there. Okay. All right. Well, that's good. I wonder if Tampa have something like this. Maybe if Tampa have something like this. Is anybody going to be able to make it to Tampa? Let me know if anybody's going to be able to make it to Tampa. Okay. I got to stop sharing this because I think I got out of it. All right. Let me know if anybody's going to be able to make it to Tampa. So maybe we'll look at Tampa's schedule because see, they don't start until next week. So that gives Coach Prime a week to get from Cleveland to Tampa. And it gives us time to see what's going on in Cleveland, see if anybody's going to be in Tampa, see what we can find out. Again, there will definitely be podcasters on the ground. Y'all said Bucky and Coach Prime going to be together. So we'll definitely probably get some footage with Bucky there, which is excellent. So that's good. That's good. Okay, y'all, we've been on here for 40 an hour and 40 some odd minutes. I guess we're getting ready to get out of here. We're supposed to be back tonight. I already have it scheduled for like 10:30 or 10:35. If you're around, feel free to join. There's a lot of stuff I want to talk about, right? We already talked about Shannon. We already talked about Colorado. We kind of touched on the NFL. I said next week I kind of want to focus on the pro buffs, but there are other things. There are other things happening, right? Like the WNBA All-Star, that's tonight. So if y'all a WNBA fan, the game starts at 8:30, the All-Star game. There's a lot of conversation around that because I don't think Caitlin is playing. So I don't know. I think they say she still has that groin injury. So it's called Team Caitlin, but she's not playing. And Angel got snubbed from the team. She's a reserve. So I get the sneaky suspicion that we're going to see Angel tonight. That's 8:30 versus Team Collier, Nafessa Collier, one of the co-founders of Unrivaled Basketball. So that's supposed to be good. That's tonight, right? And there's some other stuff happening. So I kind of probably going to talk about that tonight. We probably going to always meet back right here about the NFL. The NFL, I might look and see what's going on with Shiloh down there. And because he said his dad was coming. But in terms of like, does he have open practices with themes and things like that? That way we can kind of just have an idea of the dates. This kind of thing. And we always going to end up talking about the NFL because it's just a conversation, right? They're under the microscope. So it said Angel is, what did it say? Angel is Team Collier. Okay. So Angel is Team Collier. So I think we're going to see Angel tonight. Now, last night they had the 3-point contest. So my favorite player for the Atlanta Dream is Alicia Gray. Last year, She won the skills challenge and the 3-point contest. This year, 2 other totally different people won. They said they're WNBA players. For 72 hours, they streamed for 72 hours some of the events that were taking place. So yeah, it's getting a lot of buzz, right? It's getting a lot of buzz. So we just gonna see who play tonight or whatever. But we'll be back at about 10:35 and just wrap up the day in sports. And we already talked about Shannon, so I wasn't gonna really talk about that anyway. I was just gonna share that, you know, he settled. It's not that it was a true dismissal with nothing, he walking away with his money. No, he had to settle. So we'll just talk about whatever's the hot topic in sports. It might be NASCAR. Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised. So I'm gonna get myself out of here and go chill out or whatever. I'll see y'all later. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with us. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. See you later. Thank you, Gracie. Thank y'all. Thank you, moderators, for holding it down. So yeah, we're gonna get out of here, everybody. Blessings. Thank you, Wild Dog. We see y'all later. This was fun. Just Saturday fun. So we'll catch y'all later on. Thanks for watching What She Said Sports. Turn on your notifications if you have time to come back. If not, I'm going to watch the WNBA All-Star Game. Talk to you later, everybody. Thank you. Bye for now. Thank you. Thank you for watching What She Said Sports. Be sure to join our daily live stream and listen up to What She Said Sports on the go on Spotify. Thank you for watching What She Said Sports. Stay for another video.